All right, welcome back, everyone, to For Your Ears Only, a Bondcast. I am Lynham, Jonathan Lynham, and these are my Confederates, compadres, comrades, brothers in arms. We've got Caleb Mabry, and hold up, Caleb, was you not wearing that the last time we were on this podcast?
Oh, dude, you're right. I apologize.
Yeah, take it off.
Yeah. I,
Take it all off.
how disrespect. Okay, well,
Not that
don't want to
just.
get demonetized. There we
And
I like, I like the blue.
and we also have the third Hawaiian boy, Colton the Phantom Flat, the gem of the Confederacy, Savannah, actually Nixon's finest,
Like
Nixon's favorite son, the son of Aaron, the stiffest man I've ever seen, Flat.
Jesus.
How are you boys doing?
Ah, I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good. And I meant that lovingly if your dad watches
I
this, all right?
He
Like,
does not watch these, but
all right.
I know what you meant.
So, good to see you guys. So we're back here to talk about an oddity, like something that I'd never even heard of before, and it's Alfred Hitchcock presents Diamonds Aren't Forever. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and give a shout out. I know he'll probably never hear this, but I hope he does. Give a shout out to my boy Calvin Dyson because I never would have even known about this if he hadn't like saw it and reviewed it a few years ago. So pretty much the premise of this is George Lazenby is kind of reprising his role as James Bond. And I'm going to go ahead and say this throughout this podcast because they don't actually call him James Bond in this. I'm going to refer to him as Bond, okay? So,
I think that's okay.
okay, I just want to go ahead and let it be known. But
I
so
will
George
say,
Lazenby, go ahead. What?
I will say they credited him as, was it James Grant
Yep.
Yeah.
in the credits.
hmm
But
I thought that was a nice way to get around that. So
they just had a hat that they just picked a bunch of names out of. All right,
That's
Grant, we'll go with
that's
that.
exactly. Yep.
Um, but so I watched this the other night on break at EW James. That's the store I manage on the weekends. Um, Watched it on break. It's like all of 22 minutes. And if you're listening to this podcast, you should totally go check it out. Um, I mean, I liked it, but it's George Lazenby reprising his role as our favorite British secret agent, licensed to kill. Um, so before we get into the nitty gritty of it, I'm gonna go ahead and say I enjoyed it. I actually really had a lot of fun with it. It's kind of goofy in parts, but I liked it. So Caleb, what'd you think about it?
I liked it too. Yeah, and it's definitely has its goofy moments.
Yeah.
But I found myself wishing it was longer, and most of that stems from me just wanting George Lazenby to have more screen time as Bond.
Agreed. Colton Flat, what do you think about it, boy?
I agree with you and Caleb both. Honestly, George Lazenby's charisma and on-screen presence could make me enjoy watching him watch paint dry.
Yeah,
Honestly, he's just
like
phenomenal, and I really enjoyed this opportunity to see him reprise the role, even though he's wearing penny loafers.
well, so before we really get into it, I want to talk about Lazenby a little bit. So, you know, Lazenby has actually portrayed James Bond more unofficially than he did officially.
Isn't that
So
crazy?
it really is. So he did, of course he did Majesties, and he did this, and he also portrayed James Bond in Return of the Man from Uncle, which came out in 1983, which is the same year that Octopussy and Never Say Never Again came out. So just think, in 1983, boys, you could have literally seen three Bonds, one on a TV movie and two at on the big screen if you wanted to.
Yeah, I
Um,
probably would have died. That I think that would have been awesome.
It would have been pretty cool.
That's
What a
probably the
time! What a time to be alive then.
And he also portrayed a James Bond-like character in a movie with John Stamos called Never Too Young to Die or something like that. I can't remember the name. I've never seen it. I just know about it. And I think he also portrayed him on a Canadian comedy show. Um, so, and you know what? He might have done it a few more times. I don't know. Those are just the ones that I remember right off the bat. But so you know, one thing that I want to talk about real quick, what Colton said about, the way, Lazenby's charisma, like it really does seem like he's like having fun in this. And like, I mean, I'm sure he's like, yeah, this is just a little 20-minute, TV show, but I'm really going to just like, re you know, I'm going to do James Bond justice. I mean, that must have been the way he went into it. You could tell he's having fun with it, having a good time. He's not like, for instance, if you compare this right here to say Sean Connery in You Only Live Twice, it looks like Lazenby's having way more fun than Sean Connery did that movie. Like, so,
yeah.
um,
He's not
That
phoning it in like Connery did.
yeah,
Yeah, that always seems to bleed through the screen, especially, I mean, Diamonds Are Forever, where Connery was clearly having fun in the role in that movie. Huge
yeah.
difference.
So. Let's just go ahead and get started. So the first part of the movie, Bond is fighting a guy like he's just stereotype bad guy on a plane, and this kind of really reminded me of the Moonraker opening when Bond's with the guy on the plane and they're fighting and stuff. And so this guy Bond's fighting seemingly, gets killed and Bond parachutes, and of course we've got the Spy Who Loved Me reference with Bond with the, you know Union Jack parachute. I love how Lazenby is, referencing movies which he was not even in. Like, and
I'll say that really surprised me, especially after the really low budget fight scene that it kicks off with.
yeah,
We get Lazenby actually, they probably like lowered him via a crane with a Union Jack. I appreciated that touch.
yeah. And we get this like Shirley Bassey style song, "My Guy's a Spy," which is really corny, but I mean, it's,
It
I
fits.
liked it.
yeah,
I liked it. 7 out of 10 for me.
yeah. I mean, I'd take it over writings on the wall any
I
day,
knew that was
boys.
coming. I knew that was.
I hate that song so bad.
I mean, I agree, but I knew it was coming.
Before we proceed, can I just say that I kind of like low key love that this is just James Bond playing Clue.
So I wanted to bring that up later on, but I'm going to go ahead and say something about it now since you brought it up. Is anyone familiar with Agatha Christie?
You've mentioned her to me before.
So Agatha Christie is one of my favorite authors. And one of her books is Murder on the Orient Express. And dude, this movie, I mean, this little episode reminded me a lot of the setup of Murder on the Orient Express. It's pretty much like this is like somebody's been killed, and we've got a list of
A who done it?
suspects. But yeah, it is very Clue-like, like
My take on this movie is like these are the assignments that Bond goes on between films. If we
yeah.
are to assume that he has missions between films,
Now that you've said that, Caleb, this could very much, be similar to one of the Ian Fleming short stories, which like are not full length Bond adventures, just like a little, like just an instance in his life, kind of like,
right?
the way,
If you just had to squeeze this into the canon
yeah.
somehow, you could say that.
Oh, dude, this is in the canon, man. It's freaking George Lazenby as
It,
Bond.
it it's
Okay,
canon to
I
me
thought so
too.
too, but I didn't want to be in the
I
minority.
mean,
So
in my head canon, it's not official, but
sure.
I mean, I don't
I
care.
mean,
Like,
this is essentially like a milk run for James Bond. It's like M calls him says 007. We're
Um,
out of milk in the office. I need you to pick some up. He's like, yes, mom.
Yep. Pretty sure it's gonna be like a DLC mission in First Light. So
yeah,
look
oh
forward
yeah,
to that.
most
If this is
definitely.
not in First Light, we right.
Yeah,
So
we right.
we've got Lazenby in a white tux, which is cool because we never saw him in that in the main continuity. Also, we see a heavy henchman looking guy. Kind of reminds me a lot of the henchman in the clinic in Never Say Never Again.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same, dude.
As soon as I saw the guy, I was like, man, that looks like that dude that was fighting Bond while the football match was going on. Um, so I just love how James Bond carries around dog treats in this movie. Like I was watching, I was like, did he just pull a dog biscuit out of his pocket? I mean,
Standard issue.
yeah,
Some guard dog.
but so Bond goes in, he's giving his title introduction, and he's like, "My name is," and then you hear a crash, and then he says James, and then you hear another crash. So that's our uh, that's our famous introduction there.
It was hilarious.
I quite like that.
I do too.
What do you think about Lazenby's looks here? Like the way he looks?
Very
Um,
80s with the poofy hair.
I mean, I don't think he looks bad. I mean, you can tell he's aged some, but I mean, it's not.
I meant like decade 80s, like
Yeah.
not he's in his 80s.
Oh,
If
I
that
know
makes
that.
sense.
I got what you're
Okay.
saying.
No, I think he looks handsome. I
Yeah.
mean, he looks like James Bond.
Um, so he's talking to, this is one of the parts of the movie that like I was like, what is going on? Like, what is she talking about? Whenever she's like, and we've got a bar if you want to go get yourself completely whaled. It's like, who has ever used that term to mean drunk? Like, I mean, seriously. Have you guys ever heard that before? Because I have not. Like,
I'm
No, but
definitely gonna
I
start
understand.
using it.
so what are you
I
doing Friday night, man? We going to the bar, getting completely whaled with the boys.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't compose myself. This made me laugh. I'm sorry.
So we meet a nervous guy who's
Just putting it mildly.
yeah, like and we meet a lady named Rachel, and Rachel's his psychiatrist, therapist. He's been blacking out, and we got a weird bartender as well, talking about his stuffed birds. Like just everyone is like weird and just so
I was okay, so I didn't know what I was getting into here,
yeah.
but the dialogue here really threw me off because these
Yeah,
guys are having two separate conversations. I
and
was
and
like,
both of them is very unsettling. Both of the
yeah,
conversations are.
they're like trying to I don't know. Like I was like, did I miss something? Who are they talking to?
Yeah,
So,
it's
but
very very strange. It's like they're trying to out weird each other, kind of like.
yes, that's a good way to put it.
It was like a freaking fever dream.
That's also a good way to put it.
I mean, and I don't even think we talked about this, but this is not. Alfred Hitchcock was dead before this came out, so this is not his doing. So
Not his vision.
yeah,
Well, dang,
but
that stinks. It
I
still
I
turned
will
out
admit.
exceptional.
Would you say?
I said it still turned out exceptional.
I will admit, when I first heard Bond and Hitchcock in the same sentence, I didn't know what to expect really, but I did expect more.
well, there's actually a little bit of a Bond and Hitchcock connections. Like, I think Hitchcock wanted to make a Bond movie, but it just never happened. And are you guys familiar with Alfred Hitchcock's movies?
Somewhat. I know the Hitchcock and From Russia with Love
Yeah.
connection. That's probably the extent of my knowledge on him.
But like, I mean, Hitchcock had several like spy thrillers. That was one of, I mean, that's something he liked to do was spy movies and um, espionage and stuff like that. And I mean, like North by Northwest is one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, it's great. We could do that on this channel. Like,
Hey, yeah, sure. Add that to
but
the list.
yeah, but
We have a list now, by the way, listeners. We have a list.
the list, the knock list for all you Mission Impossible fans out there. Um,
We'll get to
so,
that.
but so we also have some more characters. We got this actress lady who's wanting to, you know, make it big in movies, and she thinks she's going to, get a job by sleeping with a director man who's there as well. And the director guy's name is Boone, I believe, and he talks about, isn't that his name in this?
Yeah, I
I
think
can
so.
And he's
I
talking about how
can
he doesn't have
confirm
a
that.
lot of time to spend with women,
Hmm. I think
and
he goes on to explain how he's terrified of them, if I'm not wrong.
and we see, the guy out, the bartender, I believe, looking through, his binoculars, and he's looking at Bond, and then he looks at the chick, and then all of a sudden he looks up and there's a noose, and that's of course good old Boone trying to hang himself, but he's not successful. I mean, fortunately, I guess he's not successful.
What a wild movie, man.
I know, and like this all happens within like what 4 or 5 minutes, if even
The,
that.
well, I've got it pulled up on YouTube right now. I'm just kind of skimming through it. 5.5 minutes.
Wow.
Yep.
I will say, listeners, we don't condone suicide or anything of the like. We care about men's mental health
Most
and mental
definitely.
health awareness
And about women's mental health too.
and about women's mental health. But
Um,
I do think it was hilarious he was
Considerably.
trying to hang himself situationally.
so Lazenby's Bond has a meeting with M, who I'm guessing is supposed to be M, and he uses his watch. Doesn't he use his watch? I'm not dreaming that up, right?
Seems like he does.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was very Mission Impossible like, I felt
Yes,
like.
it really was like, and so pretty much Bond is there to find the golden egret of Ishwara, which is like a statue of a bird.
An extinct bird.
Yeah. And if it and he's also been told that one or more of the people there are also Soviet agents, and I love this line. It was if the golden egret of Ishwara falls into the wrong hands, the vital state of Ishwara might it might be compromised or whatever they said. I was like, what? So I mean, guys, the stakes are high. Ishwara is in trouble, all right? And the only man that can save the day is Grant, James Grant.
No, no, it's James.
Yeah. And
James
I also love,
Crash Sound.
yeah, James Crash Sound. I
What
also
about
love
the
how at the end of the briefing, M's like, "All right, Bond, I knew you'd want these match results." So he starts telling him about sports.
There are some really funny
Yeah.
lines in this.
I like how the tape cuts out and distorts his name again,
Yeah.
Yep.
which was a good reference too. So
So we've got the crazy dude now talking in a mirror, and we've got the girl looking for her contact. It really reminded me of Velma from Scooby Dooby Doo. She's always looking for her glasses, right? I didn't dream that up. It's been a long time since I've seen Scooby, so that is something she does, right?
so
Yes.
I love
Okay.
Scooby Doo, and I still didn't even make the reference. I was like, "Thank you, Jonathan."
That's what I'm here for. Obscure pop culture references. Um, so since she can't find her contact, the first thing and by the way, before we get into this next part, no one in this hotel locks their door. Like,
Apparently not.
because she just walks into this dude's room. Of course, she can't see who it is, and which really says something about her. She's willing to jump right in the shower with this guy. And she don't even take her clothes off. She just gets in the shower with clothes on.
Are we to make the assumption that this has something to do with her lack of corrective lenses? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She don't know who it is. She's
No,
wanting
no.
to go get with the director guy, but she actually goes and gets with crazy blackout guy. What's his name? Mickey, I believe. I've got
Yes.
my
Yep. You're
notes
right.
right here. Um, so of course the therapist walks in, just in the nick of time, and of course the suicide attempt gets ruined because of the crappy chandelier or whatever that guy is, trying to kill himself with. And the therapist goes in there and she's talking to him, and I love that she's talking to him. He's over there like, getting the rope and getting him another.
He's still going
Get
at it.
Yeah.
yeah. He's fixing to get another go at it.
Yep. And so they kind of hit it off a little bit, and we also see the bartender with the sickle as well.
So
And
it is a sickle.
yes,
Okay.
it's not a scythe, which
Okay.
which we'll get to that in a little bit. I love how they have like a big old conversation about
Like there are dead people, and you're arguing over what the tool
and
used to
like
kill
Bond
them
even
was.
gets into the I mean he like doesn't in
Oh,
the
he couldn't help himself. You know how Bond is. Yeah.
um so one of the things I've got written down here is I believe it's Mickey who says it, but he says something like, "I've got the woozles again." Did you guys hear that? Like, what? That's another thing. That's kind of like the completely whale thing. I don't know what the woozles are.
Well,
Like,
I just took it as he was drunk, about to like pass out,
and,
lightheaded,
we also got Bond telling the bartender not stirred as well.
and then he's over here just
Yeah.
going to
Back
town.
back to the weird words. Uh, my theory is it sounds like a British person wrote this and they were trying to come up with like American slang.
Yeah, and they just wasn't getting it. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
just
not
it just
quite.
wasn't happening at all. Like, um,
Well, now it's going to be in my repertoire.
Same.
so one thing that I really liked is whenever
Getting the woozles.
oh, you getting the woozles, boy?
It's because we got absolutely wailed last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So somebody asked Bond, I can't remember who it is, but they said, "Are you a bird lover?" Which I was like, man, I wonder if that's a reference to, the ornithologist, James Bond,
Well, he does say it in a manner of speaking.
Yeah, yeah, and
Uh, so I was like, yeah, it's definitely
which I mean, English people call chicks birds, you know what I mean? So that's another.
man. I would have never guessed that dialogue in this little short comedy thing was that layered. Wow.
Yeah. Well, like I've told you guys about this show I watch. I mean, it's been a minute since I watched it, but it's called Callan, and it's like a 1960s really gritty spy show, and they're always using slang in that show, and like they're calling chicks birds all the time. They're calling women birds. Sorry, but
That's
yeah,
okay.
um,
Americans call them chicks.
yep. So our movie director has eyes for the therapist, and Bond is schmoozing over the woman manager, and he gets his way, and then he's like, "Oh, I guess I haven't lost it," like, and there's another line that I thought was funny was I think our crazy boy Mickey says he says something like predatory female mating behavior or something like that. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Dude,
Uh,
whatever whoever the minds were that came up with the script of this were either like just really just wanting to have fun, or they were like just high or drunk or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if they were trying to make like a commentary on like that sort of issue, but I really do hope that it was like intentionally meant to be funny
Yeah.
because it's almost like this is the opposite of what you'd expect from a traditional Bond movie. So
Yeah, most
I think it
definitely.
was intentional.
So the sickle gets the woman, and our crazy boy is covered with blood, and there's a blood trail. And he finds the dead manager, and then he comes down. I mean, it's not him that tells people, but who is it that says something about the scythe? Or maybe it is him. I can't remember. I just watched this like recently, but I can't remember who said it. But anyway, someone says something about a scythe, and that leads us into like this whole like conversation about the differences in a scythe and a sickle, and Bond corrects them, and Bond says no one is to leave. This is whenever I really, really started getting Murder on the Orient Express vibes right here because in that novel, you have Detective Hercule Poirot, and he says the same thing. He's like, no one can leave. We've got to figure out who the killer is, and like I really like the fact. I really like the part where Bond he's talking to somebody and he's like he just keeps on saying like, but like didn't you come here for the reason? And he just keeps on and on and on, and the guy's like, no. And he's like,
Yeah, yeah, that
he's like, well, I gave it my best shot.
yeah, I really enjoyed that part. Like I said, this thing's got some really good lines in it. And it was Mickey that first mentions the scythe.
It's not a scythe; it's a
Oh,
sickle.
okay, sorry. I mean, Mickey, I got you.
Yes.
And
Uh, and yeah, and then that conversation ensues.
and another I love the part where the guy says it's that cheap
Oh
slut over
yeah,
there, and the guy says, "Who you calling cheap?" And he's like,
that was another really good. Like some of these lines really caught me by surprise. It's like, oh, that was actually really funny.
and the other guy's like, "Not you." like that did get a laugh out of me. Like I really did like that part.
Yeah, for every really odd line or word like wailed, it makes up for it with a funny line every once in a while.
And um we also see our boy Mickey say that he's the one that did the killing, said he blacks out, and he's had this problem for years, to which his therapist kind of just goes on a rant where she's like, I've had to deal with your bounce with impotence and your attraction to mailmen and the Lone Ranger and something about a kangaroo. And it's just like,
It's his mask, dude. Come on.
yep.
So, so I picked up on the mailman thing and got hooked on that and didn't even notice the Lone Ranger stick. So that's my fault there. But the whole thing is kind of funny.
And one thing I want to bring up is like throughout this little, episode, the music is especially later on in the episode is very Bond-esque. Like especially whenever they do the fight scene later on. I mean, like it's all but the Bond theme. Like it almost goes there, but it doesn't because of, rights
I was
issues.
when I first heard the score in that scene, I was like, they ripped that off straight from the Spy Who Loved Me soundtrack.
Yeah, like
But it is different.
um and like I really like whenever George Lazenby he says something well, these kind of murder mysteries really isn't my thing, but if I was chasing one of you on a rocket sled or something like that, you
Yeah,
know, like I like that part.
I
That
did
was
too.
hilarious.
And we also get a love scene where that producer gets with a therapist as well. Um, Later on, we see the bartender with the sickle. And this leads us into our fight scene where Bond fights the henchman, which is presented as one of the indestructible types. you know? And we really do see like I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but like I mean, it is just like references to Bond movies all over the place. Like Bond uses a lamp like he does in The Spy Who Loved Me whenever he shocks Jaws. He
Yep,
uses a lamp to fry one of these guys. He makes the quip, I think he got the point, which is what Sean Connery's Bond said in Thunderball. He says shocking, which is from
yep.
Goldfinger. So I mean, we're just so Bond pretty much, saves the day. So, we're led to believe from the bartender and the guy chopping wood. Um, and at the end, we get old crazy boy coming back, and it turns out he's been the courier all along, coming to get the statue. And his cover has been, that he has blackouts. Which, okay, let's talk about this. If you really been killing people all these years, and that's your, that's what you're using as your cover is I just blacked out. Man, they would have put him in a mental asylum or something by now. They just wouldn't let him just keep on
Yeah,
going.
that's what I was saying. You wouldn't have made it this far.
Yeah, like
Also, he's been going to the same therapist for 12 years. And it just happens to culminate in him coming to this hotel for this one gold bird.
He was in it for the long haul,
he
man.
was, boy. Um, and just as our boy Mickey is about to kill Bond, we get the girl coming back, and you know what her name is? It's Honey. And of course, she shoots him. And apparently, this has been Bond's girlfriend slash, you know, fellow agent. And they got the diamonds that was in the statue. And Bond's talking about retiring and, going and living the high life. And of course, we have the name drop, the Family Guy. Oh, they said it. They said it. When Bond says diamonds aren't forever.
Do
And
it,
then
Kelly.
just when you think it's over, we get that fool from the beginning of the movie coming back. The guy that was in the airplane, he
The
comes
general,
in, and the way I see this last part is like, is this supposed to be like this version of the gun barrel, kind of like whenever
Oh
Bond,
yeah,
like,
the
yeah,
crosshair.
100%.
yeah, I really liked it. I mess with it. I mess with it heavy.
Yeah, I
Um,
want to point something out about the fight scene, and obviously this isn't a direct reference, or maybe it is. I don't know. But Lazenby borrows some from Connery in that he picks up a chair.
yep.
He picks up a whole chair and hits the guy with it. So,
Guys, one of my favorite like Bond scenes, and this is not in this show. This is from You Only Live Twice. Do you remember whenever Bond picked up
Picks
that
up the
couch
couch.
and was like,
he picks up the entire couch,
like
and I think about that scene a lot.
I do
It,
too, man. Like that is every time I watch it, it's just like it makes me laugh. Yeah, like
yeah, yeah. Before falling asleep, there are nights where I think about that scene, and it it it's occurred to me there had to have been something better in that room, in that environment to grab and swing around. But man, he went for the couch,
went for the couch.
the entire couch. Yep. And from then on, they had to bolt everything down to the floor.
That's right. But so that pretty much brings us to the end of the show. So I mean the TV episode. I mean but yeah, like I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a cute little fun, not even 25 minutes of time. Uh
I'd love to have this on VHS.
yeah, for me too.
So, what is the accessibility like for this series?
I have absolutely no idea. This is the only one of these I've ever watched. I've watched some of the
Okay,
the older, the ones like from way back
the
whenever
50s.
yeah, whenever Hitchcock was alive, but I've not
Yep.
seen any of this besides this one.
Yeah.
Colton,
Yeah.
speaking of TV episodes, we need to also review that Star Trek James Bond, where they go into a little virtual reality thing.
Oh, is it in the next generation?
I think so, but I might be wrong. It's in one of the newer ones. It's not Captain Kirk's Star Trek. It's like, the maybe it is the next generation. I think 90s is whenever it came out, something like that.
It's probably in the next generation. I'm only up to season 5 and I haven't seen it that I remember. I know they do a lot of Sherlock Holmes episodes, so I'll research it and see if we can find it. I'd love to do it because I
Yeah,
love Trek anyway.
yeah, I think that'd be really cool to do. But anyway, to get back to what we were talking about. Sorry to get off track,
I know you're fine.
but you know, maybe we can do some more George Lazenby random, you know, videos of him portraying James Bond unofficially reviews. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm down. Yeah, let's keep going down this path as far as it'll take us. Um, before we started, I did say that I would read some trivia about this episode off of IMDb and get comfortable because it's a lot.
oh well, let us have it, son.
All right, this marks 20 years since Lazenby played Bond, despite not officially being Bond. In this, he's clearly meant to be. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
That's it.
really gonna. I thought you were really gonna hit us with some.
I was quite underwhelmed.
Not to interrupt you, Caleb. I guess
No, no,
it's
no. I'm done. That's it. That's
Deep Space Nine, that episode of 007.
Okay.
So I haven't got to Deep Space Nine yet, but folks say it's like one of the best Star Trek shows. So I look forward to that. Uh, what was that other Lazenby thing you were telling me he was in? Telling us at the beginning of the episode, the top of the episode.
Um. So he was in a John Stamos movie where he played like kind of a Caleb, look it up.
I am.
I know you're the one that's always ready at the keyboard. It's John Stamos and George Lazenby. I don't even really know how much of a part Lazenby has in it. It's called Never Too Young to Die or Never Too Old to Die or something like that.
I think there's another one you mentioned prior to that one.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Man from Uncle.
Return
Yeah,
of the Man from Uncle. Yeah.
yeah. We need to do that one.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Man from Uncle anyway. So it would I think we would get something just, just from watching that.
I haven't
Even
seen the original, but I have seen the Henry Cavill remake, and I really enjoyed it. So
yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm down to watch that. I might watch that soon. Uh, Overall, I think this episode, I really enjoyed this short.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
I'd like to get this on VHS with like the Dalton Lark cigarette commercial and maybe a few other shorts. Just have like a 007 Legends VHS tape, you know?
Yeah, like and like Pierce Brosnan did several like commercials where he was advertising Diet Coke and he was like pretty much portraying James Bond. And that was before he was even James Bond. Like, but it was like a
Oh,
James
That's
Bond.
dang.
right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
um and he also did a commercial after he'd been Bond where it was like for a credit card. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
I have.
I'm
Doesn't it take a lot from Octopussy, like the chase scene?
yeah, because it's on like a what is he on a tuk? It's been a long time since I've seen it, but is he on a tuk tuk? One of those
Yeah, like
something
yeah, like
like that. One of those
so
motorized taxi things like that's not a
yeah.
taxi, like a
So I looked up that movie. The title is Never Too Young to Die.
okay.
It uh, it's got a all-star cast. It's got
Anything with John Stamos, man. Like
well, get ready for this. It's got Gene Simmons,
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
of
we
course,
gotta watch it, boys.
George Lazenby. Oh yeah, that's I'm sold. Um,
I'm gonna get the 2 disc Blu-ray European director's box set of it.
Oh yeah, mine's on the way.
The VHS steelbook
Yeah, like,
in 4K.
oh goodness. So John Stamos appears to be some sort of a acrobat guy.
I've never watched it, so I mean, you probably know more about it already than I do.
It looks pure 80s,
Yep.
dude. I I'm into it. Yeah,
I love John Stamos anyway.
same.
I mean, I'm really not too much of a fan of him. I mean, I watched Full House as a kid, and I really think I'd rather go clean urinals than watch that show again. So,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa,
hate that
dude.
show,
There'll be no
boys.
Full House slander on the pod,
Oh, yes, they will. I cannot stand that show.
bro.
It's really corny. It's
Bob
really
Saget,
corny.
and Dave Coulier. No,
Dude,
uh,
Dave Coulier can go to.
dude, I love Dave Coulier. Come on, Jonathan, cut it out.
Oh my God, Colton. Why? Why why have you ruined the good name of our podcast? The good name of For Your Ears Only has been soiled with Dave Coulier and company.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm just joking. Um,
Are you okay, Caleb?
It's been soiled with Dave Coulier and
yeah,
company.
you like that, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Oh, geez. What a what a show.
What an episode, boys. Um, so this has nothing to do with what we've been talking about, but I want to go ahead and say it. So earlier today, I was on the PlayStation and I was playing Hitman. Which do you guys have that game?
Not yet.
I
Okay,
do not.
so Hitman's made by the same people that made the first Light game, and dude, they've got a ton of like contracts, which are like community made levels that you can play, and dude, they're like it's part of like a event called Shaken Not Stirred or something like that, and they're all like James Bond inspired, like, and there's like 8 of them, I believe, and they've got like James Bond spoof names. For instance, it's like instead of on Her Majesty's Secret Service, it's like on on his agency Secret Service and for his eyes on. I mean, like there's like a ton of them that have like changed the names of movies, their little levels.
Hmm.
I
Never say
played.
yes tomorrow forever again.
Yeah, it's yeah similar to stuff like that. Like one of them's called Doctor Yes. So
Jesus
like
Christ.
How creative.
yeah,
Less
real.
words than mine and captured it so much more eloquently.
But I was just going to let you know about that if either of y'all had the game, which apparently you don't, and you've not listened
That's
to it.
really that's pushing me a little closer to buying it. I already had it on my mind since I really liked First Light.
Yeah.
Um and isn't it on sale or discounted right now?
Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, like Colton was
I'll
talking about it,
I'll look it
It
up.
was, I think it went back to regular price, probably because they baited and hooked after the sales of First Light.
but
Not not
it's a
saying
really
anything
good
bad
game,
about
guys.
the not saying anything bad about the company. I'm just saying like, okay, we have this great thing that we just made that is also like this other great thing. You might as well make more money off of something you've already created, you know?
That's
But
that's that's just business, baby.
one thing I want to say, if anybody's on the fence, and this, not just you guys, I mean anybody listening to this podcast, if you're a gamer and you're on the fence about buying Hitman, um, they've been updating Hitman for like 5 years now. Like, I mean, I think that's how long Hitman 3's been out. I might be wrong, but they're still updating it to this day. I mean, they've got Eminem on there, they've got Wiz Khalifa on there, they've got Mila Jovovich or however you say her name. Bruce Lee's on there, even though he's sadly not with us anymore.
Dang.
He's on there. Um, Sean Bean is on there, and he's inspired by GoldenEye. Like,
Double O
Cool,
Six.
man.
It was
yeah,
double O
like,
six, wasn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, it's a really cool series and it's really good. Like, I think both of you and anyone listening to this podcast would like it.
I'll definitely get it. I'll probably acquire it after I play through the Splinter Cell games.
Gotcha. Um,
So, as of right now on Steam, it is $30.
for the
That's
World
not
of
bad for three games.
Assassination.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I'm correct, but the World of Assassination should have Hitman 1, 2, and 3 in it. And keep in mind, whenever I say Hitman 1, 2, and 3, I'm not meaning the actual first games in the series. This is like since they rebooted it in 2016. So,
It's pretty cool.
and just while we're on the subject of Hitman, next year they are remastering the first, the second, and the third Hitman, which is Hitman Codename 47, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, and Hitman Contracts. And from what I've read, it's going to be not just on computer, but also on PlayStation 5, and I'm guessing Xbox as well. But like, guys, Hitman Codename 47 never even came out for a console ever. Like, I mean, ever. And that's game's like 25 years old, I think. So this is like the first time ever that it will be on a console, and I'm very excited about it. Like, I mean, because I, I I was talking to Colton about it, and he was like, you know, I'll get it, and I was like, well, dude, it's not for PS5. And then like I dug a little bit more, and I was like, I guess it actually is. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Cool,
It
man.
works out for
But
me.
but
I
I'm
will
telling you,
acquire
those
it.
first Hitman games, guys, they are like really hard. Like,
So, what was the one that came out? You probably already mentioned this. I was reading something, but what was the one that came out for the first generation Xbox?
so it would have been Hitman 2 and Hitman Contracts, both of them come out.
Hitman 2 is the one that I played.
Okay. Uh, Hitman Contracts, it was like a really dark game. But guys, like Hitman 2, even though that was on the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2, like I still think that game like looks good graphically to this day. Like, I mean, it had to be pushing the PS2 because I mean the PS2 was a pretty low powered system even when it was out. But like I still think that it looks really good. And if you got a PS3 or an Xbox 360, they actually have a remaster of um, the second Hitman and Contracts. But I guess the ones they're about to do now is probably like a lot better, graphically than that remaster. But um, I'm sorry I took the whole podcast and just started talking about Hitman, but just wanted
No,
to.
that's okay. I'm sure our listeners enjoy
Dude,
it.
you just got two podcasts out of this. What do you
I
mean?
did, didn't I? But
Speaking of which, we need to do the Hitman films.
yeah, most
Nothing to do with the
definitely.
games later down the road.
Which the Hitman films, I'm gonna be honest with you, like they're not really like the games at all. But I mean, I still have love for them. Like I've watched them and I like them, but compared to the games, they're not very similar. I mean, the games are all about trying to be, a silent assassin and sneaking around. In the movies, he's like just shooting everything and like, yeah,
Dude, the movies are like they're like transporter clones.
they kind of are, aren't they?
Yeah, to me. It's been
Like,
a while since I've seen either franchise, to be honest.
well,
I don't.
the Timothy Olyphant movies, like I don't know why I said movies, movie because there's only one. That one is the better. Like I actually really enjoy that movie, and like yeah, it kind of got shit on when it came out, but like I mean, I actually went and bought this like whenever like years ago, whenever it first came out on DVD, I went and bought it, and I still have the copy. I love the movie, and
I really want to watch it because I love Timothy Olyphant. I think he is exceptional in all the stuff I've seen him in. So I
yeah.
look forward to it. He's
I
in.
remember that movie. Oh, sorry. I remember that movie being entertaining.
Yeah, I liked it. Um,
Yeah.
um, but like, I just like that actor. Like, I like him in pretty much everything he's in. Like Justified, and he's just awesome. Like,
So I love Justified, probably one of my favorite TV shows of all time. He's even good in Gone in 60 Seconds as that nobody cop.
But shout out to Timothy.
Big
One of my
fan.
favorite actors.
I mean, big fan. He's a big fan of ours.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've heard.
really? Oh, yeah. I'm glad to know we made it that far in life.
So what can these what can our beautiful let me start that over, fellas. What can our beautiful listeners expect next episode?
The Rock.
The Rock. So we delve into what is my favorite Michael Bay movie of all time. um The Rock.
Is that
And
that
where we
John Travolta
see
movie?
do what?
Is that John Travolta movie?
Listen to I had no idea what reference you were making like with that. Like, could you like explain yourself? Because when I saw that on the group chat today, and I was like, I don't know what Colton's on about. So,
Did I miss that?
Yeah, it's a face-off joke.
okay, all right. Uh,
Like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm sorry, guys. I
Okay.
look forward. I look forward to doing the Rock with you guys next week. I guess. I'm sorry.
The the what would it be? The eighth canonical Sean Connery Bond movie?
so, are you guys familiar with the code name theory?
Yeah.
You know that
Yeah,
stupid theory that like each Bond actor was like their own version of James Bond. And dude, it is so goofy to listen to people on YouTube like take that theory and try to make sense of it. And
As
like,
soon as I hear that theory, like being entertained, I immediately know
yes.
they know nothing
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
franchise.
you can immediately tell people aren't actual fans of Bond because if they are, I mean they would know. Like, okay, so like I watched one video and I'm gonna go off on a tangent real quick,
Go ahead.
but hear me out. I watched this one video where this guy was talking about how the codename theory was real, all right? And the way he made sense of it was, you know, so you got Sean Connery's Bond, and after his missions in the 60s, he goes to jail on a mission, and he winds up playing The Rock, playing John Mason in The Rock, okay? And then he says George Lazenby's Bond comes in and becomes James Bond to take over from where Connery and said that his wife died, so that traumatized him so much. So then Roger Moore's Bond comes in, and in For Your Eyes Only, Roger Moore's Bond is literally looking at Tracy's grave, and the way that they rationalized that was that Roger Moore's Bond was taking vengeance on the person who killed his his fellow agent's wife. I was just like, this is so stupid. And then they say
Guys,
that Timothy Dalton's Bond is an aged George Lazenby's Bond. So,
guys,
so,
I
so they're saying
think
those two are the same, as goofy
I
as.
think I'm starting to buy the codename theory.
I mean, it's just like I mean, I don't know. Sometimes whenever I like, I'm driving or something, I'll put on like one of these crazy like, videos and just listen to this mess.
Yeah, that's
it,
brain dead.
Yes, like the amount of hoops you would have to jump through.
The mental gymnastics that you
Yes.
have to do to make that make sense.
Yes.
But I will say this: The Rock is really fun to look at through like a hypothetical lens,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a what if, like if it were true, the codename theory. It's fun to think of. What's his name? John Mason. Is that his
Yeah,
name in the
I
movie?
think that's his name.
It's fun to think of him as an older Bond.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what Michael Bay was going for with.
That's
I
yes,
mean,
yeah.
but I mean, I'm
I'll
all
go
there
ahead and
for it.
say it. I'll go ahead and say it. I've only watched it one time, and that's the way I viewed it. And I'm not going to watch it any other way. That's who it is for me.
Yeah, that's who it. I feel like that's who it is for most people.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's a great movie. I can't wait to revisit it for the podcast. And people say whatever they want to about Nicolas Cage, but I love Nicolas Cage, man.
Before we leave this podcast today, I want to make a shout out to Amazon Studios for making Nicolas Cage's Spider Noir show because it is one of the greatest renditions of Spider-Man I've ever seen, and it's beautifully shot. And Jesus Christ, I just love Nicolas Cage.
So
I sorry.
go
Uh,
no after you, Colton. Go ahead. I mean Caleb. Sorry.
I think I'm going to start that tonight because I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I think that right there is the that's the final straw. I guess doesn't really work in this situation, but you know what I mean.
So the whole spider noir thing, like what I really like about it is like I mean I'm a sucker for like, the noir pulp detective hero thing
Same.
anyway.
Same.
But like, before Spider-Man, there was another pulp slash comic character from the 30s that was he started off as a shadow clone, but he was called the Spider. And like I've always viewed like Spider Noir as like, kind of like taking influence from the Spider, as well. Like so
He
I just
actually goes by the Spider in this
yeah.
rendition.
So I mean it's
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
One question before we leave, Caleb. Are you going to watch it in black and white or in color?
Black and white.
Good. Yeah, I think that's
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with watching it in color after you've seen it in black and white, but I think black and white is the way to watch it first.
agree.
And I'm going to sound really pretentious saying this. I'll tell you why. Um, Man, since everything's shot on digital now, it just looks so fake. Everything on, I, I'll stop there, but I just feel like not only is it gonna serve the story to watch it in black and white, it's just gonna look better. So,
Honestly, I've seen images of it in color and it looks
does it look
like
good?
it is insane.
Okay.
Like I think this is a premium quality product. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I'm sound like I'm glazing, but man, it is beautiful to watch for a television series.
I will definitely watch it black and white first, and I may go back and watch a couple episodes in color. So, yeah, thanks for that.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're giving it a shot. Like
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I was blowing Jonathan up the week it came out while he was in Africa.
I mean I like Spider-Man, so I'm all there for it.
What you
Like
think of Spider-Man 2, the game?
It's the best game ever.
what about God, what is that one game? The It's for PS2, it was a Spider-Man game. The
Spider-Man 2.
No, not it wasn't that one. I know
Was
that
was it
one.
was it so it wasn't any of the movie tie-in games?
No, it was what the Ultimate Spider-Man, is that one?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Man, dude,
That's a
that
great
game,
game.
bro. Like, dude, that game was so awesome, dude.
That was a great game.
Like my
Yeah.
God, man. Like,
It,
And it
it,
came
it,
out of nowhere. Like for me, like I feel like I was a kid at the time, but I feel like it got no marketing whatsoever. And then it came out and I was like,
like,
"Whoa, this is awesome."
yes.
I played the hell out of that on the original Xbox. I thought it was phenomenal.
But well, heck, guys, we might have to review Spider-Man sometime, and we seem pretty passionate about it up in here. Like,
Hey, I'm sure we can make some weird Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi, James Bond reference to include Spider-Man in our watch.
most
I don't know
definitely.
what that sentence means, but
Well, you know who Bruce Campbell is, right?
yeah,
Okay.
I'll put it together later. Um, yeah,
You're gonna have to do some Rain Man math to figure it
I I'm 100% on board with the Raimi movies. Colton knows how I feel about those, so
out. Those are still my favorites. So, and I don't think it's even nostalgia. I think it's just superior quality.
they're really good movies. They are.
I agree.
Well, boys, anybody have anything else they want to say about Diamonds Are Forever? Oh, sorry, Diamonds Aren't Forever, Alfred Hitchcock, the Hitman series, James Bond, Spider-Man, Spider Noir, The Spider, Sam, whatever his name is, the Rain Man. Any anything before we clock out
Yeah,
for the night?
While we're on the subject, not Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi directed Darkman in the 90s, which is a hero loosely based on The Shadow, I
Yeah, it's
believe.
kind of a Shadow knockoff. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry for that.
No, no, I'm glad you said that. Dude,
I
I'm
didn't know that.
always
That's
down for some Shadow references and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's a Liam Neeson film. He did it prior to Spider-Man.
huh, cool.
Yeah.
That's
We might have to
interesting.
watch it one day.
yeah,
Yeah, but for sure, The Rock
For
next week.
sure, The Rock next
Just
week.
so I know I'm watching the right thing.
Yeah, we'll do The Rock next week.
Okay.
Set it in stone.
oh, it's set in stone. Well, guys, we will see. Well, actually, we will. We will talk to you all next time about The Rock, the unofficial Sean Connery Bond reboot, reimagining, redo over, whatever you want to call it. Probably talk a little bit more about that code name theory. And I have been Jonathan Lynham,
Colton Flat.
Grant. James Grant.
and together we make up for your ears only
The
a
Hawaiian
bot.
Boys.
A Bondcast, the Hawaiian boys. Hey, because I'm a Hawaiian boy and I'm just trying to make it. I'm a Hawaiian boy. All right, guys, with that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sign out for today, okay? So you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Goodbye.